Good evening. Today is Friday, July 10th, 2015. So, the topic of today's discussion is Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders, a lot of people are saying that he probably won't win the Democratic nomination or definitely not win the presidency. Maybe that's true, but who is a better candidate, Bernie Sanders or Hillary Clinton? It's definitely Bernie Sanders, no doubt. Hillary Clinton is only famous because her husband, Bill Clinton, was president from 1993 to 2001. He won. Bill Clinton, of course, won the presidency in 1992. He got voted in. He became president, of course, January 93, and then was replaced by Bush by a very narrow margin against Al Gore. Bush won against a very narrow margin against Al Gore. Then, we had Barack Obama. And now, who's going to replace Obama? Is it going to be one of the Republicans, the Democrats, or Bernie Sanders? Bernie Sanders has amazing ideas for this country. And say he miraculously wins presidency, he's going to have Congress to deal with, which is right now majority of Congress right now is Republican, so Bernie Sanders is not going to get anything done, or not much done. But looking at Hillary Clinton right now, she has some things against her. You got the Benghazi incident, when you had the Benghazi attacks that she knew, that. Then you had the emails. You have a couple of other things as well going wrong with Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders has nothing against him other than the fact that he's not rich as Hillary Clinton. What you have on Hillary Clinton's side is power, the fame, and of course the money. Bernie Sanders, all he has on his side is his passion. And sometimes passion could be just what you need to win the presidency, as it was in Obama's case. And Obama did a heck of a lot to help this country. And I'm pretty sure Bernie Sanders is going to do even more than Obama did if he wins. And just to let you know, Bernie Sanders has a long history of helping this country. Here, a comparison between Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. So, look. What did you do in the 1960s? Bernie Sanders organized effective resistance to segregation and civil rights violations in Chicago, marched to Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech with thousands of other activists. And actually, he's a friend of Martin Luther King. Yeah, so Bernie Sanders is definitely a much better candidate than Hillary Clinton, by far. And what did Hillary Clinton do? Let's see. As a young Republican, she worked for the Barry Goldwater 1964 presidential campaign. Barry Goldwater voted against the Civil Rights Act. So, yeah, just to let you know. Thank God LBJ won. Or I think it was, Lyndon B. Johnson won. So, yeah, I think you get the general idea. And Bernie Sanders is actually beating Hillary Clinton. And yes, look at this. There are people that are saying that Bernie Sanders could beat Hillary. Hopefully overall. So, the summer of Sanders. Yeah, but the thing is, I definitely would say, he could definitely win. And I like that he's anti-establishment, which means like anti-big business. So, but to conclude that other little-known upstarts never beat the odds would be ignoring nominees like George McGovern, Jimmy Carter, and Barack Obama. And look, Jimmy Carter and Barack Obama both became president. And guess what? Barack Obama was nothing more than a little-known senator from Illinois, just like Bernie Sanders is a little-known senator from Vermont. He has the chance of becoming president. And the news media gotta stop shutting him out. That's why Bernie Sanders is now winning. I mean, not doing so good. Or as good as he could be doing. Yeah, they're definitely shutting him out. They're focusing too much on Hillary Clinton. See, media bias. Maybe not against him, but the networks kept him off because he's a liberal. I think, I think that's Elizabeth Warren. I'm not too sure, but in apparently on the Ed Show, Bernie Sanders confirmed that the television networks didn't want him on their show because he is a liberal. Wow. I mean, I definitely think Bernie Sanders is gonna win when there's gonna do the what do you call it when they the debates? Bernie Sanders is gonna trump those debates. They're all gonna be like, Bernie Sanders is gonna be passionately talking about what needs to be done. Yeah, we're gonna have debates. So okay. Skip some. Okay, let's see. So there's gonna be a debate on television in August, September. August or September, so wow. That's incredible, wow. Bernie Sanders actually has a chance of winning, and I'm very happy about this. Going to the environment, there's some good news in terms of Arctic sea ice for this year. Earlier I was predicting that it might be the lowest extent, maximum extent. It very much concerned me, but the thing is, the Hudson Bay is doing much better than it's supposed to be doing. You can see this is the average. And there's a lot of above average sea ice on the eastern shores. And Greenland isn't doing too bad. It's a little below normal here. A little bit below normal. Well, actually, much below normal over here. Right near Shaklan Island. Nova Zemlya. I'm sorry, Shaklan Island is actually about here. Sorry, that's the Nova Zemlya. I'm saying in Russian accent because I'm Russian, but I'm saying clearly in Russian because I am Russian technically. So this is looking at the current sea ice right now. Compared to last year, there's a pretty big improvement. Compared that to 2013, 11, 10. Wow. We have the highest extent in the last 5 years. 6. So the extent is the biggest in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And that's a good thing. We have the highest maximum sea ice extent in the last 6 years. That's a very positive thing. Not extent, minimum extent. So there's a chance that the minimum sea ice extent might not be as bad. 2007, 2006, 2005. Oh, let's see. We're above that. We're above 2005. So the only year that was higher was 2008. So let's see other years that were higher. So back behind 2005. 2004. Oh, wow. 2004 is way above there. 2003 above. So 2005 was about the year that everything started going downhill for Arctic sea ice. Could you pick out a little pattern? Maybe? 2001. 10, 9, 8. Going back to the 80s. Early 80s. Wow. I think there was a 95 was pretty low. So hide all. I'm going to go back to 2015. Okay. So I'm going to go back to talk about Bernie Sanders, and he's a very pro-environment scientist. I'm just going to let you know, yeah, he's very pro-environment. Yeah, and the thing is, if you want to see where Bernie Sanders is on the issues, and I also like that he's against the North American Free Trade Agreement and against the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP. So let's go on. Oh, look. Rated 93%. Oh, that's very good. Pro civil rights, pro gay rights stance, pro affirmative action stance, which is very good. Yeah, and voted 97%. I mean, compare that to Hillary Clinton. She's kind of questionable on that. Rated 14%, indicated an anti-business voting record. You know, because of anti-big business. Rated 78% by CURE, indicating pro-rehabilitation crime votes. Increase funding for Cops on the Beat program, which is cops who are being... It's a program, Cops on the Beat is where cops are being questioned for violence. Voted no on military border patrols to battle drugs and terrorism, which I like. Voted no on subjecting federal employees to random drug tests. Legalized medical marijuana. This is way back then. So this is back when marijuana was still very, people were much against it. Education rated 83% by pro-public education votes. Voted 100% by CAF, indicating support for energy independence, energy and oil. Voted yes for making oil producing and export cartels illegal. So OPEC would be illegal. Voted yes on addressing CO2 emissions without considering India and China. Voted no on protecting middle-income taxpayers from a national energy tax. Voted no on requiring full Senate debate and vote on cap and trade. Voted yes on tax incentives for energy production and conservation. Voted yes on Voted yes on removing oil and gas exploration subsidies. Finally, voted yes on factoring global warming to federal projects planning. Voted yes on keeping moratorium on drilling for oil offshore. Voted no on scheduling. So basically everything good. Set goal of 25% renewable energy by 2025. Back in 2007. Great. Just like Al Gore. Voted yes on $2 billion more for Cash for Clunkers program. Rated 90% by the League of Conservation Voters, indicating pro-environment votes. Strengthening prohibitions against animal fighting. That's also good because that's animal cruelty. Voted no on establishing nationwide Amber Alert system for missing kids. Well, that's back then. Rated 7% by the Christian Coalition, indicating anti-family voting record. Yeah, but this is back in the early 2000s. Member of missing. See, he was a member of the Missing and Exploited Children's Caucus, which is a good thing. The only reason he was say he's anti-family voting because he's very liberal. Member of the missing voted no on reducing marriage tax by $399 billion over 10 years. Voted no cooperating India as a nuclear power. Okay. Condemns violence by Chinese government in Tibet. Yeah, that's what China's doing in Tibet is just atrocious. Implement Darfur peace agreement with UN peacekeeping force. Yeah, definitely good. Allow travel between the U.S. And Cuba. We're all for that. 83% by Cato indicated a mixed voting record on trade issues. No FMN for China conditions trade on human rights. Yeah, because they're very bad on human rights in China. Another communist country, which is all for pro-human rights, China is just terrible. Voted no on promoting free trade with Peru. Yeah, because a lot of times free trade, you just ship the jobs out of this country. Voted yes on congressional pay raise. Voted yes on providing that's government reform. Gun control. Voted yes on allowing firearms and checked baggage on Amtrak trains. So guess what? Checked baggage. Voted yes. Voted yes on prohibiting foreign and UN aid that restricts U.S. gun ownership. Voted yes on prohibiting foreign and UN aid that restricts U.S. gun ownership. On prohibiting. So which means that he's kind of pro-gun. Which is, pretty good. Like, he said that we should be mixed about guns. Voted yes on prohibiting product and misuse lawsuits on gun manufacturers. Voted yes on prohibiting suing gun makers and sellers for gun misuse. Of course. It's the person who has the gun who is at fault. It's not the gun manufacturer's fault if somebody goes shooting a person. So guess what? What, you're going to sue? This is exactly what they're saying. What, you're going to sue a knife company for somebody getting a knife and stabbing somebody? No. Are you going to punish people companies for the misdeeds of other people? No. And yet he's voted F by the NRA. Voted yes as regulating tobacco as a drug. Of course tobacco is a drug. Voted yes on expanding the Children's Health Insurance Program. Voted 100% by APHA indicating a pro-public health record. Wow, that's as high as you can get is 100%. Make health care a right, not a privilege. Of course we need health care. Voted no on cutting $221 million in benefits to Filipinos who served in World War II U.S. Army. Of course that's wrong to cut benefits. See, Bernie Sanders is a great guy. Wow. Voted 100% by sane indicating a pro-peace voting record. 100%! Voted yes on continuing intelligence gathering without civil oversight. Hold on. Voted no. Voted yes on requiring FISA court warrant to monitor U.S. to foreign calls. Voted no on removing. Voted yes on limiting soldiers' deployment to 12 months. Voted yes on implementing the 9/11 Commission report, which is a very good thing. Voted no on allowing electronic surveillance without a warrant. That's another good vote. Voted yes on continuing intelligence gathering without civil oversight. Voted no on federalizing rules for driver's licenses to hinder terrorists. Of course that's wrong. Bernie Sanders is doing everything right. You can't federalize rules for driver. Voted no on continuing military recruitment in college campuses. Everything Bernie stands for is good. Don't repeal, don't ask, don't tell, and reinstate discharge gays. Report abuse of electronic monitoring in the workplace. restore habeas corpus for detainees in the war on terror. I mean, Bernie Sanders is a great guy. Like, all around, he's just great. Everything he votes for is great. Voted yes on continuing federal funds for declared sanctuary cities. Voted no on comprehensive immigration reform. Voted no on declaring English as official language of the U.S. government. Voted yes on eliminating the wide non-immigrant guest worker program. Voted no on building a fence along the Mexican border. Voted 0% by FAIR, indicating a voting record loosening immigration. So immigration be more, less restrictive. Rated 8% by USBC, indicating an open border stance. Voted no on $167 billion over 10 years for farm price supports. So let's see on jobs. Rated 100% by the AFL-CIO, indicating a pro-union voting record. Very good. Rated 83% in the AU, indicating a support of church-state separation. Very good. Member of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, November 2007. So rated 100% by the ARA, indicating a pro-senior voting record. Reject privatization, don't raise a retirement age. Everything Bernie Sanders is doing is basically going to help this country. Capital gains and dividend taxes are giveaways to the rich. Exactly. Capital gains and dividend tax cuts are giveaways to the rich. Obviously, rated 28% by the NTU, indicating a big spender on tax votes. Rated 100% by the CTJ, indicating support of progressive taxation. War and Peace. Condemns anti-Muslim bigotry in the name of anti-terrorism. Requires Congress approval before military action in Iran. Voted, because that's in 2007. Voted no on authorizing military force in Iraq. See? He voted no on the military action in Iraq. Voted no on approving removal of Saddam Hussein and valiant services of U.S. troops. Bernie Sanders was against the war in Iraq. Proof right there why he should be president. Why he's a good president. He would be a good president. Now let's go Hillary Clinton on the issues. Hillary Clinton. Let's see. Okay. So let's see. Well, let's see where Hillary Rodham Clinton stands. Voted 0% by the NRLC, indicating a pro-choice stance. Okay. Let's see on civil rights where she stands. As a 65, brought black classmates to an all-white church. That's good. I reevaluate and change my mind on gay marriage. We have all evolved in gay marriage since the 1990s. Supports DOMA, which Bill Clinton signs. That's back in 2007. And let's see what DOMA is. Okay, what is DOMA? So, Defense of Marriage Act. So essentially, the Defense of Marriage Act is kind of an anti-gay rights act. Is the United States federal law that prior to being ruled unconstitutional defines marriage for federal purposes as the union of one man and one woman, and allowed states to refuse to recognize same-sex marriage granted under the law of other states. until Section 3 of that act was struck down in 2013. The dome, in conjunction with other statutes, had barred same-sex married couples from recognized as spouses. Yeah, Hillary Clinton has changed her mind, but back in 2007, she was really kind of against same-sex marriage. So she's rated 60% by the ALCU, indicating a mixed civil rights voting record. Mixed. Where does Bernie Sanders stand? Where does Bernie Sanders stand? 70%. Pro-Civil Rights Voting Act. So, pro-civil rights stance. So yeah, Bernie Sanders is a much better candidate than Hillary Clinton. Obviously. If you're talking about left, right, better for this country, you could definitely say Bernie Sanders is a better person. Well, thank you for watching and have a great day. And just before I go, I'm not gonna make any forecasts for the summer. For the winter yet. But my thoughts are it's gonna be a very cold and snowy winter due to a number of things. Actually, you know what? Forget about it. I'm gonna do the forecast for the winter. I'm making this a 3-part video. My stance of Bernie Sanders, the sea ice, and how this winter is gonna be. So right now I'm gonna look at the sea surface anomalies. That's exactly what we should be all. I don't know what's going on, but it's freezing up on me. So okay, we're here now. This is exactly what we need to see. And this will tell us if we're going to have a snowy winter or a warm winter. Wow, look at that. Woo! We're definitely going to have a snowy winter if this keeps up. See this anomaly off the coast? Yeah. This is where we were last year. Well, actually, sorry, this is this year, actually. My bad. This is when it was so snowy outside. This is when we had all the crazy snowy weather. This is the Western Hemisphere. Oh, look at this. This is what you want to see. You want to see all this warmth. It was so cold in the Northeast. That's why we're having sea ice. And that's, not sea ice, but very cold. See a little bit of purple there? Wow. That's Celsius, so that's like 10 degrees below normal. Now, of course, it's much warmer. Global. Sorry, let's go to Northeast. Or let's do the Western Hemisphere. I mean, that is a lot of warmth. That's definitely going to be a major trough, a major ridging on the East Coast. Now we're having an El Nino type system developing. That's definitely El Nino. Usually the anomaly has to be like this. Just overall warmth now. But if this keeps up, we might develop a pretty strong anomaly off the East Coast. And that's what you need for a lot of snowstorms. The Atlantic is overall very warm. But if you look at the global... so look, you have an El Nino type situation here. You have a very warm, significant warmth here. You have a lot of cold over here. A lot of warmth here. I mean, this is significant cold. That's at least, let's see, about 4 degrees Celsius below normal. So going back, this is January. February was about the worst. Like that's when it was just going insane. That's because of the warmth here, the ridging. And because of that anomaly off the East Coast. Which, of course, it's not as bad now, but look how warm this is. Like, incredible. That's just unbelievable. See, I'm definitely going to think this winter will probably be snowy, but not as bad as last year. Well, so now I have to go. Well, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.